Hello everybody, welcome back to a special Valentine's video. Today it's a voiceover because I have a new PC and the audio did not survive during the recording, unfortunately. But that is not going to stop me from sharing this cute Valentine's flip with you. Today we're flipping a house for a female couple, and without trying to play into stereotypes too much, they are very much in love. They have a lot of soft pastel colors in the house. You will see that a little bit later, along with plants, candles, you know, just cozy vibes basically. I'm imagining them enjoying cozy evenings on the sofa, chilling on the back porch. You will see all of that a bit later though. Right now we are just cleaning the space and getting it ready for the rest of the flip. So enjoy that. You can also see me having removed all the windows and all the doors, and wherever I haven't, I will remove them because I just like a really clean slate. I add them back in later. Yeah, I just like to have a clean slate there. For some reason I found it very enjoyable to remove all the graffiti on the walls. I don't know, those are just, I don't know, they give me such a good feeling when I remove the graffiti. I'm filling all the window holes back in, as you can see. The reason is, like, I know I can't just put a window right in that window hole, but I might just be moving windows around, like they are just in the garage, for example, and they will have a different size, so I need the wall to be closed basically. But yeah, you will see me struggling quite a bit with the windows in the living room and in the bedroom, just because from the outside, you will see that in a little bit, from the outside there is a very specific spot for each of the windows on the front and the back side of the house. So yeah, that took me quite a little bit of trying around. You will see the windows go through several iterations until I figure out which sizes exactly I need to put in there and how to put them there. But yeah. Here's where I'm just switching out the siding, like those wood panels on the sides. That took me quite a bit of tweaking around as well, just because I wanted to make sure that it actually looks good and isn't just like some random directions of wood. So I had to, you know, play around with that quite a bit, as you can see. Also, I just kept the brick facade as it is. I only wanted to put some highlights, as you can see there, with the gray around the windows, and wherever there was already wood, that's where I changed it as much as I could. But I did like the brick vibe of the house, so that's why I kept it, and I only fixed some spots where it wasn't brick or where I had removed a window and it looked a bit different, but otherwise I kept the brick as it is. Just get the bed there because at night you don't see a whole lot, even with the torch on, so I just sleep through the night. And now we're getting into the pastel colors, so you can see me choosing a like very light pastel-y pink, and that's going to be the base for everything, for all the feature walls and so on. But everywhere where there isn't a feature wall, that's where I have this specific wall color. At least in the flat. I left it as is down in the garage, but for the living spaces I did all of these light pink as a base color. You will also see in like maybe a minute or so, you will see me starting to choose wallpapers for the feature walls, which I kept open while painting, just not to waste the paint. I think I used about 5 or 6 buckets of this pink color, but for those feature walls I wanted like gray as a base, but with this specific pink in it, or like a darker version or something. But yeah, I took like a grayish, you can see it here, choosing on this heart wallpaper for the bedroom, the kind of gray background. I think gray and pink fits together really well, and I also included a few greens and like blues later on. But yeah, I was playing around with like how to make this actually look nice. You can see me, I will be choosing to make a little border on that back wall as well, just to make that all look the same. I did have a lot of fun with these tiles in the bathroom, just to put a little bit of a pattern into the tiles, and you know, choosing all of that to not look too overwhelming with that pinkish granite. Thought to balance it out, I'll just take like a clear white tile. This is the kitchen's backsplash and the floor. The pink is a little bit darker, but it's the same color family for that, so I wanted it all to kind of fit together still. But yeah, having done all the cleaning, all the walls, I'm not sure if I've done the floors yet. Yes, I have. I was imagining them having purchased like this set of these drawers with the little heart in. So that's why I'm just placing them all over, making sure I have them available. That nook was the bane of my existence. I was trying so hard to put like storage and seating in there, but you will see later I only put the seating in the end. But yeah, I wanted everything to fit well and look nice, but still have like space and relaxing vibes in there. Here's a little secret. I hate putting the kitchen counters together in this game, both in the older version, in the original House Flipper, as well as in House Flipper 2. I just don't like putting the counters down. I don't even know why, I just don't like it. But as you can see, there was a success there. It looks pretty nice in the end, so there's that. This is where I was saying the kind of blue and green kind of highlights. I didn't want it to be like overwhelmingly pink, so I did want to put a few other colors, but also kind of in a pastel way, right? Like I still wanted it to be, I don't know, cohesive is maybe the good word for that. I wanted a little TV corner, so that's what we're doing in this clip. With the bathroom at the beginning, I was thinking, oh, I will never fit everything in there, but as you can see, I did. I'm very proud of that. This is when I was starting to think about putting the pictures down, like the couple's picture, and I didn't realize how small this picture frame is. I thought it would be bigger. So I settled on this one, as you can see. I wanted to put the picture of the couple in there. Yeah, starting to make the kitchen a little bit more lived in. You'll see in the walkthrough that it's actually a nicely cluttered kitchen, but not in an obnoxious way. Not the way that I would do it on The Sims, for example. In The Sims I would clutter a lot more. Here I really constrained myself a little bit, or restrained myself is probably the right word. Now, while we're getting through the rest of the cluttering and so on, I do want to give out a little special Valentine's message, I suppose. Valentine's doesn't have to look a specific way, right? As you can see in this build, there isn't really any DLC specifically for that day yet. I just did what I could with what I had, and that is something that you can do in your real life. If you don't have the financial means to buy into the consumerism surrounding this day, just do whatever you can with what you have. bake a nice cake, you know, craft something maybe or whatever. Have a cozy day. You don't have to buy things just to celebrate your loved ones or yourself even. If you're alone today, that's perfectly fine, that's perfectly valid. Cuddle your pet, check in with a friend, you know, maybe meet somebody who you haven't caught up with in a while. Yeah, it doesn't have to look a very specific way. Valentine's Day can be anything that you want it to be. And yeah, just treat yourself a little bit. Enjoy the day. Touch some grass. If you have your loved one with you, if you have a partner, you know, enjoy your quality time. You don't have to buy things to enjoy each other's presence and, you know, be in a loving relationship that's not dependent on what you're buying, right? You can go to a museum, you can go for a walk, you can, you know, play a board game together. I don't know. Just spend the day in a way that you enjoy together. Anyway, wherever you are, however you are, be good to yourself today. Enjoy your hot chocolates and a nice movie. I don't know. Just enjoy your time. Now just bringing in the last finishing touches outside the house. I didn't put too much, honestly. I just put a little bit of stuff, you know. But I thought they should have a nice backyard, at least in some way. I did want a little area where you can, you know, do some hosting or barbecuing or whatever. But also lights in the driveway. They don't currently have a car because, you don't know, I didn't want to waste that money. But I did want to make sure that if you drive in with a car, you know exactly in the dark where you're going. Also, I put those frogs in at the entryway because I thought maybe, you know, they want a little giggle for people who are coming. So yeah, you'll see the frogs maybe for a split second later in the walkthrough. And here we are at the walkthrough, so I'm showing you the backyard first. We're going basically backwards from what the video was. But yeah, here is the pizza oven and a small grill. A little area where they can maybe host friends because inside is a bit too small, right? So they can chill, they can watch the birds in the bird bath, all the good stuff there. I didn't put a lot down here in the garage just because I didn't know what to put there, so I put 2 bikes and a few shelves, that's it. That door in the side, I couldn't put a door in there. I don't know what happened. There was one in there, I removed it when I wanted to put a new one. It wouldn't go in the hole there, and yeah, so there isn't one. You can see the pink base color. Here's the kitchen. I wanted it to look nice and lived in, so I think I I make that happen. It looks nice. It looks like there are actually people doing stuff in this kitchen. This is where I said I did what I could with what I had, right? Like I put these letters and stuff, but there weren't any like Valentine's items that I could put down. But yeah, cozy little nook there with the furniture set that I was talking about much earlier. I think it came out really nice. Like, it's not too much. I have the couple's pictures. It's not really the same couple, but I just imagined it being the same couple. So I wanted to put those pictures up. And yeah, here's the bathroom, finishing touches. Thank you for watching today my special Valentine's episode with the voiceover. Very different format from the usual videos. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. All the good stuff helps me understand what you actually want to see in the future as well, or more of. Have a lovely day, morning, evening, night, whatever it is for you, and I hope to see you all again in the next video.